Alright, what's going on? Welcome to the video, guys. We're going to be looking at the T71, and this is going to be on Murovanka. I've been really enjoying this tank. Likely I will post this video after the session that I had in the T71. This vehicle is insane, man. The T71, I'm telling you, like, with its 6-round clip, the accuracy is kind of trollish. It's not great, but everything else in this tank is really good. Like, the view range is great. I run it with the bounty turbo, and let me tell you, man, this thing just it maneuvers very quickly with the bounty turbo. The 6-shell clip will get you out of really any ugly situation you find yourself in. The view range, crazy. The concealment, I would say average, but still pretty good. I run low noise exhaust on it, I believe, as well. And yeah, this thing is just insane, man. So we get some initial spots here. I'm pretty sure the 1357 is going to like me. He does. And we're kind of just going to move quickly through this. You know, I don't like to really edit my videos or anything, so I like to just go through and show you guys, like, get to the part where I'm going to explain something very strategic to you, right? So I start leaving here. This isn't really my fight anymore. I'm going to come back, maybe try and do some sniping, but that's not really working either. I come this way. The 1357 is here, and yeah, we just didn't really have any shots from back here, right? Like, it's kind of hard to get shots back here. But 1357 is here. I'm again going to run away from this situation. I'm trying to find something to do. That's usually the story of a light tank at the beginning of a game. And yeah, not much going on here. I'm just looking for, you know, maybe a spot or two, you know, something I can do to try and assist this team. But really, like, even on a map like Murovanka, it can be difficult to just to find something productive to do, right, up until you need to actually carry the game or something. So I'm looking for more shots over here. Like, I'm driving around, seeing maybe if anybody's going to poke up in a stupid manner and I can get shots into their lower plate or something. And I guess I'm going to come up here one more time, see if I can get some shots into people. But you could see, like, already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like a bunch of red tanks here. We only have a couple green left, and I can't really explain it any simpler than that. I missed 2 shots at the T20 because this gun is, the accuracy is kind of trollish at anything more than like medium range. And yeah, this isn't going to go well, right? Like, everyone's dying over here. I need to start, you know, figuring out how I'm going to get out of the situation. You know, I'm still trying to like come up here and try and spot or something, because what happens is, like, these guys keep pushing. I see a lot of red tanks, and then they kind of pull back again a little bit. And now, like, all 3 of these people are back here or something. And now we're trying to push up, and it's just you're going back and forth, trying to figure out what you want to do, right? But as it turns out, like, the way I was reading this, I'm thinking, well, likely I'm gonna have to come back. And I keep turning around because these guys keep, like, staying alive, right? It's just incredible sometimes. Like, you think the game's going to go one way and it ends up going a different way. So I'm trying to poke up in this tree, see if I can spot somebody for these people. And yeah, now this guy dies over here, the Hellcat. The T20 is in a really bad spot. I know he's probably going to die next. I'm completely clipping out the T20. I did miss a couple of the first shots there, but we almost entirely clipped that guy out. We did 900 something damage, I think, to him. 893 damage we did to this guy with 6 rounds. And now I'm going to wiggle myself out. Already looks like he's trying to fire at me, maybe. And now the situation is exactly as I predicted, right? We've lost the East. And I kept thinking that's the way it was going to go, but these guys were, you know, outperforming, right? And they were outperforming the enemies, and they ended up sort of making it. Now, here's where my decision making is not the best, right? I realize that both of these arty players are not paying attention to me, so I actually run into them so that they can like zoom out and go, oh, like, you know, he wants us to move. I ended up messing up this guy's shot, and I felt really bad about that. I don't normally do this, but I can see that both these people are red, and likely they're just not aware. They're not looking at the map, so I literally bump them and I say, guys, move to A1, like, get out of here, because we're gonna lose this line, right? But they wanted to stay, so I guess I'm like, okay, then stay. You know, you guys can do what you want, but I'm just trying to make you aware that we're going to lose. Like, we've already lost this entire area. So at this point, I'm sitting in the bush. I'm waiting. I see the Hellcat, right? And now I'm going to start trying to take shots at this guy. I auto-lock him just because the Hellcat's a pretty quick vehicle. And this is where you can see how powerful this vehicle becomes, right? I ended up reloading mid-clip there. And then I see the IKV. Now the IKV also tries to push as well. Watch this. So IKV is here. Eventually he comes running out into the mid. I'm not sure what this guy is trying to do, but you'll see I relight him here. Just waiting until he comes back out. And there he goes. And watch this barrage right here, right? So I get 2 into him there. This is the third. We get 4. And now he realizes that this is a terrible idea. The 6th one, or the 5th one kind of bounces. 6th one goes in. And we've put 5 shells into this guy. Almost completely cleaned him up just with my shots, right? And this is where this tank just becomes an absolute powerhouse. I'm telling you, it is. This thing is honestly OP. Like, if you know how to use this vehicle, it's damn OP, man. Let me tell you. So what I'm going to do is, come back this way, because I need to, at this point, eliminate the 1357. If someone isn't going to eliminate this guy, he's going to become a real big problem. Luckily, someone else is able to eliminate him, but unfortunately now it's just me and the SU-130. So this is where it becomes interesting, guys. I'm going to run back towards the SU-130, right? And watch this. The SU-130 ends up spotting the SMV. I'm looking for shots at this guy, but they're not so easy. Like, I really don't want to shoot yet unless I get to a point where I know I'm going to pen this guy. So I'm kind of trying to wait here until I can get some better shots. I'm waiting, and at the same time I choose to take this bush, right? So I'm going to get a shot to him here. It misses, but the SU is able to clean him up. I like to sit here because it also is close to the base and I can spot anyone coming up from behind, right? So now the Hellcat is coming around. He's pushing into the SU-130. He waits till the SU has basically reloaded though, and he ends up eliminating, the SU ends up eliminating him. So SU dies, unfortunately. Now it's just me, a one-shot IKV, and the Crusader and the M12. Now, where are these guys going to poke up? That's the concern, right? I'm full HP, so I'm going to start going after the IKV until I realize that he's capping the base, right? Or someone's capping the base, so I'm going to go back. And what I'm able to do is actually spot the Crusader from here. I can take shots at this guy. You'll see, though, that this gun is very trollish, and then this guy disappears, basically. I think I'm able to get one more into him there. I'm not lit, luckily, and I'm going to pull up using this foliage right here. I'm going to pull up slowly and just see if I can spot whoever's on the base here. And this is where, the spotting mechanics become really, really just garbage, in my opinion, right? Because you have to get so close to these people, and I guess there's a dead tank that he's sitting behind here, but you have to get so close to these people to reset the cap. Look, I didn't spot the IKV until I was right here. He's sitting in the bush. This is probably, I don't know, 80 meters away or something like that. I'm able to auto-lock him. The second one goes into him. I know the Crusader just fired and missed, so I'm going to take my time with that shot, and we end up cleaning him up. Now, watch the clock here. We're at a minute and 20, minute and 10. I end up chasing down the Artie over here. I finally find him in here. And here he is, using my sixth sense to my advantage, right? Get one into him, get two into him, and then I do, my little skill for LTU salute. GG for me. Clean this guy up, and that's the game, guys. 2,853 damage. We did no spotting, but there you go. That's how you're going to try and carry a game on Murovanka, I suppose. 3 kills, guys, and yeah, what a game, man. So let's back out of this. I'm going to show you guys the end plates, and here we go. So this was a high caliber. We got first class for this. 3,001 damage after everything. 6 spots. Okay, 3,001 damage. 1218 experience. We got the 2 badges that I showed you on the first page. 3 kills. Blah 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 blah. And we got what, 5960 going into the personal reserve. We lost 480. So what? We made 5K basically on this. 63 defense points. We fired 30 shots, 24 hits, 22 pens. That's really it. There's not much more to say about this, guys. At the time I recorded this, this was my 5th battle, and I had a 100% win rate with 1983 damage averaged in this vehicle. You can see I run it with optics, low noise exhaust, optics in the scouting slot, bounty turbo, optical calibration, rations, and then this is what I have for the crew. And yeah, this gets you 479 view range. I just know that because I have it memorized. 33% concealment, and yeah, the aiming time and all that stuff up here is not crazy, but I would say this tank is really, really OP, man. Like, it's basically the 1375 with 2 extra shells, and they do 15 more damage each. That's basically what this vehicle is. That's what it feels like to me, and it's even more snappy and quicker with this bounty turbo. So, if you guys are going to get this tank, 1, I would recommend getting this tank, but 2, I would recommend even further you set it up the way I have it set up, just because it makes it even more fun to play. It's very quick, man. Very, very quick. And then if you get into field modifications, you can add even more engine power. Lose the 2 km/h speed, but if you run a bounty turbo, it gets you 67 top speed still, and you get up to that quick with all the engine power, right? The specific power, I think, starts at like 25 or 26 on this thing. So I got it up to 28, and yeah, it hauls down, man, right? So that's it, guys. That's the T71. This video should be coming out after the session I did in it, so I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll catch you for the next one. Bye-bye now.